Hey, what's up everybody? This is Alex from NotCasuals, and today we're going to be playing Starsector. Alright, so to give you a small idea of this game, it's basically an action strategy game where it's not turn-based, it's real time, and you basically control, you start with a ship and you can expand to get a fleet, and then you go in combat. It's a very fun game. We're actually going to make whoops, I can't type at all. I'm blind. Okay, we're good. So we're making our pilot. Let's take a random one. Let's get this one, I guess. And basically the game, although it's still in early, well, it's been in development for a while, but I mean, it's still like, it's a very small team, so we're still working on it. So as you create your character, they provide you a small amount of credits, and then they ask you to choose what kind of gameplay that you want, or what type of character that you were. So honest trader, smuggler, or bounty hunter. Honestly, I think that the bounty hunter is the easiest route as a first game. The game can be a little bit tough at the beginning, but it gets better as you play maybe your second game or third game. It's a bit penalizing to get destroyed at the beginning, and as you can see in the back, there's some pretty big ships in the game. So we're provided a Wolf class frigate and some crew, supplies, and fuel for being a bounty hunter. Then they ask you recently that you've either collected a sizable bounty, acquired some high-end weaponry, or took on some experienced crew. We're gonna go with the sizable bounty. Extra credits, it's pretty useful to get additional ships early on. And then you have the average start or the easier start, which is going to give you a bit more credit. We're going to go easier for this one. I only have a few hours of gameplay towards the game so far. So additional crew, supplies, fuel, and another 10,000 credits, plus a Hammerhead class destroyer. So this is going to make the playthrough much easier. We're going to go manual assignments for the skills. So we get 2 aptitudes and 4 skill points. So here we have your level, and then aptitudes are basically, you can put maybe 1 point here and 1 point here, or like I would go 2 points here instead, or whatever. Basically this is what's gonna limit your skill points. You cannot go above what your aptitude level is. So if I wouldn't be able to put 5 points here right away, if even or 4 points, since I have 4 skill points, it's gonna stop at 2. So basically, you want to eventually have everything, of course, but you want to prioritize according to your gameplay. If you're gonna go bounty hunter and you're gonna be a lot in battle, obviously get combat. Eventually, leadership is gonna be very useful as you get a bigger fleet and stuff like that, and bigger ships. Especially fleet logistics, since it can become an issue later on. So for this case, we're just gonna get I mean, there's a variety of skill points that all do small bonuses, and as you get 5 or 10 skill points in it, it's a bigger upgrade. For this, we're just gonna get weapon damage, and we're gonna start the game right away. Alright, so the first thing that you can notice is we're this small ship here. Actually, it's 2 ships, since we have the Hammerhead as well. This planet and this faction, orange is like the hegemony faction, and as you can see, there's this planet, and they have a station and a relay and everything. So you can actually interact with all of these objects and all these ships. You have, like, you can trade or hire resources, hire crew and buy resources. Right now, like, the game is pretty complex. There's quite a few tutorials that are gonna take you by the hand a little bit, but they're quite necessary, according, in my opinion. And so yeah, we start with 16,000s because of what we got. Right now, our supplies are all right, but we're gonna get a few more, I guess. Not too many more. Just because once you're in battle and you get took some damage, after the battle you can repair, obviously, and it's gonna take some supplies. Also, you can see my supply per day that it takes. A day in this game is pretty quick. So you can also buy ships. Some of them will require reputations. If you go for, oh, right now it's not even unlocked. because I don't have the right reputation with this faction. And then there's the black market that's gonna sell you a bit more garbage. Like when it has a D next to the name, it means that it's damage. But to give you a better idea of the game, it's very big. Oh, I actually have a skill point to put, I think. Oh, it's because I only put 2 earlier, I forgot. I'm gonna go with this. Alright, so if we look at the fleet right now, we have two ships. The initial one we start with, and then the one we got for making the easier progression. You can also refit them and change the weapons that they have. There's different type of sockets for the weapons that you can change, and then you have some customization regarding the capacitors and events. A lot of the gameplay, actually I'm going to talk about that once we reach the battle. The map it doesn't look big right now, but it is actually pretty big, and once you're close to certain areas, you have a gate, and in these gates they will basically lead you to other star system. So if we go to hyperspace, we have all these areas, and each of these areas are going to bring you, they have these gates where you can basically access their worlds. And there's this big ass pirate right there. Red means pirate, and pirates are pretty dangerous, so we're not gonna mess around with them too much just yet. But basically you want to face similar size than a fleet than you are. They're kind of getting destroyed because they're like in a, but no, when they do that, it means they want to scan you, and that's usually expensive. Leave me alone. Alright, you can scan me. Oh, he doesn't want, does he want to? Yeah, he wants to scan me. What's up? Yeah, sure, scan me. Basically, it's gonna cost me a bit of credits, but it's a good way early on to also get a bit of reputation with them. So improve by 1. Once you reach higher levels, you will unlock better ships and better stuff in their shops. So right now, and also the map actually rotates like just like real life, you know. So we're gonna try and go near Barad, which is like the pirate area. We're actually gonna try and find a small fight, which can be tricky because there's these big fleets. We might, oh, actually there's one right there. No, come back. There's another one over there. So we're gonna try and get a smuggler, something that's very weak, since we only have 2, well, they're decent ships, but he's running. So as you can see, my maximum burn, which is 4, it's basically the speed at which my ship can go, is, and he had 5, so I would not be able to catch up. And sometimes, why can't I pursue him? The enemy flees too fast for you to catch up. Okay. So you have a lot of options when you deal with enemies and stuff like that. But I feel that sometimes I feel a bit more limited. I'm not sure if it's because I'm forgetting something or it's just not fully implemented. I know eventually you can have more interaction with prisoners and stuff like that, but right now it's not the case, I think. Well, not for me. Maybe later on in the game. Did I misclick? Alright, this looks like an appropriate fight. So, to scout, they have 3 small ships. I'm going to move in and engage. I'm going to continue. I'm actually going to disable this. Alright, so basically you have to choose all your ships that you want in a battle. So you deploy them, and then you select them, and then you can give them orders. If you wish to control like areas of the map. In this case, it's not really what I want. I'm just going to press escape and control my ship. You have different type of guns. Some of them you can also enable your shields by right clicking. Oh, this guy got destroyed. And here at the bottom left, you can see the flux. That's basically your energy levels. You mustn't overload. It takes a certain amount to fire. It takes a certain amount to have your shields up. And now I just overloaded because I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, so basically what you want is overload, or make the flux of the enemy overload by shooting at their shield and them firing at you at the same time. Then once they overload, like you can see here, their shields are gonna drop, and then you can damage their hull. You can also switch weapon and use, like, you have 1, 2, 3 and stuff like that. We're actually gonna try and shoot some harpoons at him. There you go. I think we destroy them all. The Hammerhead is actually a very, very strong ship early on. And then you have some additional credits. You can loot whatever salvage that you find from them. And there's also sometimes bounties. Bounties on enemy ships is what is gonna get you all this money. Was there a bounty? Yeah, there was a bounty of 7,500 credits. So that's a good amount. So we're taking damage. So we're repairing over time. As you can see here, it's gonna take 2 days basically to get the 10% I'm missing. And my amount of supplies is draining faster because I'm repairing. You can actually repair directly at a station or plant. Not all plants are interactable. Well, I mean, you can interact with them, but like some of them will have no options. This can be because of your reputation or with the faction, or I guess some plants are just dead, but I'm not entirely sure on that. Each of them has a bit of lore and lots of text to read, so you can actually, if you like that kind of stuff, it's pretty interesting. So we're actually going to go there. My ship's already restored. You can usually repair them directly there too, so it's pretty nice. So how much money do we have? Let's see. I still cannot interact with the because my faction is too low. My reputation, I mean. Sorry. I could buy a ship, I guess. Shuttle's not exactly what I want, and I'm just shy a few thousand credits for this freighter. It's alright, it doesn't matter. But basically this game is all about trading. You can stock up on large amount of food, for example, and then you look at the intel, and then you have like logs of, oh, this world is missing food, so if you go there, the food, you might be able to sell them for more and stuff like that. It's a good way to make money. Then you have your reputation, well, the faction, the illegal commodities that you cannot trade, and that if they scan you with it, you're going to be in trouble and stuff like that. So overall, this game, there will be a link to the main page where you can buy the game if you want to. It's a very fun game. It's only single player, unfortunately, but at the same time, with the size of their team, it might be the best, so that they're more able to control, ensure that the single player is very good instead of splitting the resources, you know. So that's pretty much it. Honestly, I recently got this game and I like it a lot. It reminds me of older games that I really like, space games. And yeah, I mean, it's a fun game. I think right now it's like 15 bucks or something like that. So yeah, the game is indeed $15 and still in pre-order status. So I think the price will be increased slightly once the game actually releases. But yeah, I mean, it's the type of game that if you like to explore and navigate and upgrade your ship, get bigger and better fleets and stuff like that, and then go to different worlds and different faction, and then get their better ships. I'm actually gonna load my other game. These are all my save games so far. I think my first 3 I ended up dying very quickly because I was still learning, and I maybe went a bit too fast with the tutorial. But it's a very fun game. I can actually show you my fleet right now. Actually, right now it's only this big ship that I got. I also have other ships, but I encountered some issues that I was not aware of regarding the what is it called? Logistics and combat readiness, which was affected by it. But basically, if I go in my storage, I have these 2 hammerheads. I actually had 2 other ones, but they got destroyed recently in a in a battle against a large fleet of pirates. This ship is actually pretty good. I mean, this is what kind of makes me enjoy these games, is that you can actually upgrade your ship to something so big and so interesting. Although this ship is still it's missing a lot of guns. I ran out of resources and I was not able to make it perfect just yet, but eventually it's gonna be like my main ship. I'm actually gonna attack these guys just for the fuck of it, with just this ship, which is very slow, but of course it's massive, so it's normal. And it has a lot of guns, but it's missing still a lot. And you can see the distance. I'll pop my shields up. These shields are actually a bit more limiting than the hammerhead ones. And you can see my flux at the bottom left increasing. And but yeah, I mean, this kind of ship is usually required to be supported by smaller ships in order to really destroy everything, you know. It requires a bit of support, but the game is very nice, although it's pretty tricky early on to get used to the it's pretty hard to get used to the controls. Like, there's some hotkeys, like you can press shift to strafe and stuff like that, and when to choose to put your shields up or not. I'm actually getting I'm not destroyed. I mean, I'm taking a bit of damage because right now this ship is turning so slow, and I'm supposed to have other ships supporting me, but I kind of wanted to try it anyway. But it's still making, like, it's doing pretty good by itself because it has so much hull and armor and stuff like that, and guns. And what's really nice in combat is that you can actually disable like enemy guns, enemy vehicles, enemy engine and stuff like that. So yeah, but also when you lose a ship, it's permanent, so that's why it's tricky sometimes. So we're gonna let them go. We're just gonna engage them, but from afar, and just pick up the salvage and any credits. But yeah, that's pretty much sums it up for the game. I mean, it's a big adventure where it has a ton of replayability, and honestly, it's worth $15 in my opinion if you like this type of game where you upgrade your fleet and explore and everything, and lots of micromanagement and everything. So yeah, try it, guys. Oh, and I forgot to mention, guys, by the way, I have a few extra keys for this game that the owners, the devs, gave to me. So if you want a key, just leave me a comment and I'll try and get you a key if possible. Thank you. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This was Alex from NotCasuals, and if you liked the video, make sure to leave a comment and subscribe. Thank you.